Hello, this is Cindy Leavitt again and my friend Kelly Hostetter. This video I wanted to make about the statement that has really impacted my life this last year, and it is, you can't have clarity without commitment. Kelly and I got together in February of '08 and we had a discussion about this, and I just wanted to make a video about her because it has really impacted me, but there's just so much power in this statement. I've really seen her experience that in the last couple of months, and just wanted her to share that with you.
We were standing in the foyer of my house, and you made this statement that you can't have clarity without commitment. That phrase was like, bing. I used to want to record a CD, and I gave that up for a long time because I was busy, having babies, and it's not selfish or conceited to decide that this is something that I want to do. But it was all really up in the air, and it was at that time where the statement was made, which was huge to me. It's okay to take those big ideas and shrink them up a little bit and come up with not the overall picture. The overall picture doesn't shrink, but it's almost like you reformat. You take it in this one translation and you bring it into a different translation, so that you can get, you can actually feel it, you can touch and feel it, and take ownership of the little parts of it. And that's where the focus, that's where the clarity, day-to-day little stuff that I can, say this is going to get me to my heritage, my inheritance rather, and that's the exciting part for me.
The thing that's amazes me, and it amazes me every time it happens. I remember giving you an example the day that we were standing in the foyer of your house, and we talked about a 24-month timeline. What if in 24 months you were at the point you could record? Let's think backwards and think of what things you would need to do. And that was in February of '08. And in April, 8 weeks later, somewhere right in that range, I called Kelly, and Kelly has the capability of recording. And whenever I walked through this process, we're always walking through this process, but the first time it was just this great epiphany to me. I had to identify lazy areas of my life, and that was huge to me. And I'm far from a lazy person. I'm a mother of 5, and I'm busy all the time, but I had declared areas in my life. I will not do that, or I am not good at that, or that is, I think of the computer. My husband was always the computer guy, so I thought I don't ever have to mess with that or learn much about it. And so have you had anything like that you had to identify lazy areas of your life, or maybe unmotivated areas that you, I can think of something that you did with piano. But so that comes to my mind right away.
Yeah. Piano is one of those areas, or learning an instrument. I always said I'm good at the voice, and I honed that skill, but everybody else does an instrument, and they can do that. I'm not going to do that, and I use that as an excuse. But one of those areas was I had to educate myself on basic theory. So I have been going online and looking up, and I've had to pick it up and get myself educated because nobody else was going to do it for me. I was waiting for some sort of divine revelation, because you think, well, I'm called to do this. I'm called to do this. I'm supposed to do this. So God's just going to download, and just divine moment. And I was waiting for that. And it was never going to come. Nobody's going to teach me. I was going to have to go out and get it. And I had been sitting on my laurels for years, thinking that someday it was just going to happen. And I realize now it was not going to just happen. And I can look back now, and even though it's just a small victory, I can say, you know what? You give me any key, any note on the piano, I can tell you what notes are going to go with it in that key. I can tell you what chords to play with that key. And no one taught me that. I had to go and find it.
How long ago did you start that?
It's been probably a month ago.
This is, all I can say is wow, because I wanted to make a video about commitment and clarity in the statement that you can't have commitment clarity without commitment. And I knew that the most powerful way to get this point across is have Kelly sit with me, and she agreed, and I just feel so blessed. I could not have made anything this good, because
man.
and she's gonna share here with. Did you have any last minute things you wanted to throw in? Or?
That it's okay to dream really big. Belief in it isn't enough. You've got to get activated. And maybe the test is, will we take a step in that direction, and then maybe it comes. Because I mean the progress that's been made, I mean even with the recording and all this stuff, I didn't go out looking for it. It came to me, but I had to take some steps and some little things that I could do on my own.
Whenever we set those commitments and clarify and commit, it's amazing how quickly things come about. When we make those little bits of progress, it prepares us and matures us as well to go to the next step. So this, since the day that Kelly and I talked, and if I remember right, it was around February 20th or 25th, 4 months,
Wow.
120 days. And she went from just about being in tears that day, thinking, I have no idea of how this is going to come about. And we had a lengthy discussion about it, and just kind of back and forth about, what to do. And this is where she's at today. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing this.